name is Ryan Hirsch, and I gotta tell you, I love this city. In my opinion, it's the greatest city on the face of the planet. However, like any cities, it's not without its challenges. And the challenge I'm addressing is your commute. There's a number I want to draw your attention to. It's 260. That's the number of hours the average Atlantan spends sitting behind the wheel commuting to and from work. That's per year. 53 of those hours are sitting in a traffic jam. That's a lot of time. And I don't need to go over the costs and implications associated with traffic in Atlanta. I would rather tell you my story. So by day, I work as a technical project manager at Emory. I live about 4 miles south of where I work. And on multiple occasions, it was taking me over an hour to get to work. And even when I got there, I had to find a parking spot. And even if I did find a parking spot, I had to pay $12 a day. So one day, obviously while sitting in traffic, I got passed by some bicyclists and I said, well, I can do that. So I went on Craigslist and I got the lightest weight, fastest road bike I could possibly afford with approval from the wife. And after about a week of riding my bike to work, I quickly realized despite Emory's close proximity, it was just far enough away, but especially just hilly enough to break a sweat. And sweaty work clothes are no bueno. So from there, I had two options. Option one, get to work early, take a shower, which completely negates the convenience of riding a bike in the first place. Or two, take the hills out of the equation. Enter Edison bicycles. Ta-da! All right, so Edison bikes are a purpose-built bike designed to make traffic, exercise, hills, and sweat problems of the past. We started with a ultra-lightweight aluminum frame. From there, we integrated Samsung SDI battery cells, the same ones that Tesla uses, wink wink. And we mated a rear hub motor, 350 watts to the rear of the frame. What can it do? I weigh about 200 pounds and it'll push me about 22 miles an hour on a flat surface. The range is between 20 and 30 miles depending on how much I like to pedal that day. So I have a 5-month-old at home, and his name is Micah, and he is amazing. Every second I get to spend with him is absolutely priceless. And I can tell you with tremendous confidence that Edison has made me a better father. Why? Because my commute has gone from a question mark to 11 minutes, which means I get an extra 1 to 2 hours a day at home with my son. What would you do with an extra 1 to 2 hours? Secondly, it's made me a better employee because I actually look forward to my commute. It's one less thing I have to worry about. Edison will redefine your morning rush. And this has been the feedback that I've been getting from my customers so far. And I cannot tell you how great it feels when I get picture and text messages showing me how Edison has helped someone else get there fast. Let's see, here we go. Boom, nice picture. So, how are we different? First, the frame design. We've integrated the battery, the controller, the wiring. Basically, everything that's expensive is integrated into the down tube of the frame. This protects it from the elements, from crashes, polar bears, and even theft. Secondly, we are a low-cost leader in a relatively untapped market. Now, if I was giving this presentation in San Francisco, New York, Miami, it would be a completely different story. But for whatever reason, Atlanta, despite its tremendous progress in becoming more bike-friendly, adoption rates on alternative commuting are still meager at best. Lastly, we're a low-cost leader. Just because you can charge a premium for convenience doesn't necessarily mean that you should. We charge about $1,500 for our bikes. And I figure for every bike that I sell, that represents one less car on the road, which is tremendous. That's what we're all about. So I've come a long way since 2012 in building these things in my living room and my whole house smelling like solder. I now have an awesome product and we have a tremendous market here in Atlanta. And I've taken this thing pretty much as far as I can. It started as a hobby, it's a small business now, but Edison really has potential to make a change. So what I need now is a brand. I need a brand that can shout the narrative that Atlanta can liberate themselves from traffic. You guys can reinvent your commute. So in order to do that, I need $5,000. I can reinvest that money directly into the company, specifically a branding campaign. And I don't know if you guys remember the first slide. Anybody remember what it said on there, the sign? says you're not stuck in traffic, you are traffic. So what we can do, well, you know, there's about 1,000 of us in here tonight. And when we all leave, that's 1,000 cars, that's some traffic. But 1,000 bicycles is not traffic, that's a party. With your help, we can make Atlanta a better place, one less car at a time.
As he was presenting, I kept thinking about the time Leroy and I rode our bikes from Birmingham, Alabama, all the way to Atlanta. This would have made it a lot easier when we were doing that bike. Okay, one question. Jack, what's the question?
Great job, Ryan. I was wondering how Atlanta traffic could get better. With the $5,000, how many bikes could you make?
Hang on, let's look at the time. He asked if with $5,000, how many bikes could you make?
Honestly, my cost is pretty high. Like I said, I charge $1,500 for bikes. There's a lot more than just the components that go into it. It's the logistics, right? And also the design and the lawyers and all that good stuff. Right now, my unit costs about $900. So with $5,000, I can't get a whole bunch of bikes. But with $5,000, I could raise awareness big time. And that's a plan.
That's great. And if you're in the audience thinking, I can get that bike less than $900, then you need to talk to him afterwards, right? And help him figure that out. So thank you so much. Take your bike out of here. Our fourth idea